Do you live in South Africa and want to get into the crypto mining world? Well, Rebeltech is the best place to get all of your mining hardware at extremely low prices. They have a massive range of graphics cards, motherboards, and everything else you would need. So click on the link in the video description to go visit Rebeltech and start building your new mining system. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So as you guys read in the title today, I just want to talk about Nicehash for a bit. So if you guys don't remember what happened back in December of 2017, which was just like a month ago, but it sounds forever ago, Nicehash was hacked. Approximately 4,700 Bitcoins were stolen, which at that time was also $68 million worth. So that was a really big thing. And that also forced Nicehash to go offline for about 2 weeks. So because they were offline for about 2 weeks, a lot of people switched to mining using different mining platforms such as Also Miner, which also pays you out in Bitcoins. It does also switch mining different altcoins and then pays you out in Bitcoins, almost exactly the same as a Nicehash. And then also people just use the straightforward miners, mining Ethereum, Zcash, Monero, and just a bunch of other ones. So a lot of people moved to using those, and even after Nicehash came back after about 2 weeks, people didn't really switch back because of the big Bitcoin transaction fees that are going on at the moment. And because a lot of smaller miners used Nicehash because it was this simple, the payouts were extremely good, a lot of people didn't really want to go back to using Nicehash because even if you did mine, you had to have a minimum payout of 0.001 BTC to be paid out in their internal wallet, and for their external wallet you had a minimum payout of 0.01 BTC. So that's, for a small miner, it's not really that great. And even after that, you have to transfer your Bitcoin to an exchange, and that transaction fee is a huge chunk of your profit. Now, Nicehash did try to implement a better way for smaller miners by partnering up with Coinbase. So if you mine to your Coinbase Bitcoin wallet, you didn't pay transaction fees. Nicehash did cover that, and also it was almost instant. So that was a good thing, but Coinbase doesn't work with all of the countries out there. For instance, here in South Africa, they do not work with us. So if you wanted to sell your Bitcoins into fiat currencies, that didn't work. It's only for like the US, Canada, I think some of the Europe countries as well. So it worked for them, but for some of the other countries, it didn't work. So we had to find a different method of selling our Bitcoins and in turn paying that huge Bitcoin transaction fee. So that kind of drove a lot of miners again away from using Nicehash. So they stick to mining just normal Ethereum and normal Zcash and all of their different other altcoins. But after a few weeks, Nicehash did actually announce that they are working on some alternative payout methods of paying out in other altcoins. So this is really good news for smaller miners and also for the bigger miners. But now you're probably wondering, so why should you use Nicehash if they're going to pay you out in altcoins? The entire thing with Nicehash was that they paid you out in Bitcoins, which for normal GPU miners, you couldn't mine Bitcoins with just your GPU. You had ASIC miners to do that. So why should you actually use Nicehash if they're just going to, let's say, pay you out in Ethereum? Why can't you just mine Ethereum the straightforward way? So the reason for this is how Nicehash actually works. So how Nicehash does it is they switch to the most profitable algorithm at that stage, which in turn will give you the most profit. But if your hardware doesn't really support the coin that is booming at the moment, or it doesn't mine that well on that algorithm, then what Nicehash will do is it'll mine all of the different other algorithms, and then you will have the option of be paying out in the cryptocurrency that is booming at the moment. So for instance, you're using a GTX 1060, they're not the best cards to mine Ethereum, but they will mine Zcash quite well, and then they will mine that, but you will later on then have the option of be paid out in Ethereum, which works quite well. Now, of course, you can just mine your altcoin the straightforward way, mining Ethereum or Zcash. It's still almost on par with profitability. Sometimes Nicehash is a bit more, but then you have to pay some fees and just a bunch of other stuff. But the nice thing about Nicehash actually using this is you do have the option of getting paid out in a bunch of different altcoins. So they do a bunch of the work again for you. And later on, if Bitcoin, the transaction fee for Bitcoin lowers, then again, you can be paid out in Bitcoins, which works really nice. And especially if you're a small miner, you don't have to go through the entire exchanging process yourself. Nicehash will do that for you. And that, again, that is the reason why a lot of people switch to using Nicehash, because of how simple and easy it is. But now the main question is, should you go back to using Nicehash if they implement this new altcoin payout method? Honestly, I'm back to actually using Nicehash. Currently, I'm just getting paid out in Bitcoins. That's okay. I just want to see actually if they bring out a internal exchange where they let you exchange your Bitcoins into Ethereum or Zcash or some of the other altcoins directly in your wallet, or if it's just going to be when you get paid out when you reach the minimum threshold. So I want to see if that actually happens. If it does, then I would honestly just stick with Nicehash, because of how simple it is. You don't have to send out your Bitcoins or your altcoins to a different exchange and then exchange it there and pay off the transaction fees and the exchange fees and all of that. It's just straightforward. They do everything for you. They do take a tiny bit of a cut, but honestly, that's not too bad. And especially for smaller miners, this is so simple. If you don't know everything about it, how to set up your miner and all of the different mining methods and all of the exchange and all of that, then this is the simplest way for you to mine. But now I will actually bring out a new video when this new payout method is implemented. I'll show you guys how it works and all of that. But for now, I just want to let you guys know that they are planning to do this, and you could potentially go back to using Nicehash and it will be profitable for you again. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that Nicehash is working on this altcoin payout method, which sounds on paper quite good, but we'll have to see once they actually implement that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.